So, first of all, I'm super stoked. I wrote a little post-it note for all this. I have been trying to find motivation for a long time, way before New Year's, to get back on track with all of this. And I think this vlog is going to be super helpful, not only because I love vlogging and I love talking to you guys, but it's great to have someone else who's, you know, working towards the same goals as you. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for including me in this. Alright, let me tell you about what I'm hoping to get done. I think you both might know that I was working on losing weight a couple years ago. I started with just food tracking, started counting calories, working out, and then I became a vegetarian, and then I became a vegan. And through the course of all that, I lost a little over 30 pounds, which is great, but I encountered some health problems. Basically, my diet wasn't giving me the nutrients that I needed, and it was pretty upsetting for the healthcare professionals involved in my whole situation. So they thought my diet was too extreme. Basically, I tried my best to maintain a vegan diet. I kept taking a lot of like supplements and stuff, and they were just not giving me the vitamins that doctors said I needed. So I'm eating meat again, and that kind of like messed me up. But things were going poorly before then, before I started eating meat again, simply because it started when we moved here. Big changes always messed up my diet and my bipolar stuff, so it just kind of all snowballed. But I was really hanging on to veganism as like a lifeline of like my health, right? And I thought as long as I was vegan, like I could get back to what I had done before. Whoops. It was really all or nothing thinking. Like it was, for me, when I stopped eating vegan, I started eating like crap, like complete and utter crap. It was like not even like reasonable, like, oh, I'm gonna eat a bunch of meat stuff that's just coincidentally like not good for you. It was like, oh, now that I'm not vegan, let me eat like an entire bag of potato chips. Like I could have eaten that while I was vegan also, but like it was just an excuse now. Anyway, so I'm trying my best to get back on track to how I was losing weight originally before all these other diet changes came into play. So what I'm working on doing right now is tracking my food in MyFitnessPal, which is what I've been using for a while. And right now, I like MyFitnessPal because you can track different macros. So it helps me keep track of the iron I'm consuming, also making sure I get enough protein, and also watching out for sodium, because that's something that kind of really sneaks into a lot of the food that I eat, I guess. So it's good for me to have an idea of what's going on with that. The key to weight loss for me has traditionally been starting pretty slow, making small changes, and then watching them kind of snowball. If I can get one thing under control for a while, it's easier to add another thing, right? So I've been just trying to track my food, not even like necessarily change what I'm eating so much right now, as just be aware of everything I'm eating by tracking it and writing it down, which is sort of worse somehow, because you don't really realize all the stuff you eat, so you have to write down all the stuff that you eat. Which is good. It's good to be self-aware. So that's going to be a stark change for me. I'm also going to try and incorporate a fruit or a vegetable with each meal or snack that I eat. Because one of the things that veganism really was doing for me was increasing my intake of green vegetables, things really high in good nutrients, and that kind of fell to the wayside after I stopped being vegan, just because like I'm really all or nothing. I just completely abandoned everything. So I'm trying to find a better middle ground. I'm hoping to have in a few months, you know, see my plate be like half vegetables, a good portion of protein, and then like smaller amounts of carbs. That's my goal. That's where I was happy eating with veganism too, just different kinds of protein. But I know it'll take a while for me to get back there. It took me like 7-8 months to get there before, so I'm not putting too much pressure on myself right now. I'm just trying to make these small changes. So tracking my food and eating a fruit and a vegetable with every meal or snack. That's all I have going on right now. In addition to that though, Kristen Stiles pointed out the benefits of weighing yourself, having a benchmark day. And I think Wednesday is going to be my benchmark day, just because I feel like it'll be a good thing to go along with the vlogs. I can tell you how I feel about any progress or lack of progress. Funnily enough, I also have the Fitbit Aria scale and a Fitbit Flex tracker. So I'm going to be tracking my exercise and weight on Fitbit and my calories through MyFitnessPal, and hopefully that'll give me a good overall picture of where I am and what I need to do to improve. So as far as like fitness goes, I know we're talking a lot about losing weight, but really for me what it is getting a good feeling of overall fitness. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so it's important to try and lose weight, but actual weight loss can be pretty difficult for people with PCOS just because of how it affects your body. So I don't want to focus entirely on weight loss. I also want to focus on health in general. So I got my physical a while back. You can use that as a benchmark. And I also have a few fitness goals, and my big overarching fitness goal is to run a 5K. And I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, especially not for Kristen, who is wanting to run like a full-on marathon. But everyone starts somewhere, and I think it's a pretty reasonable goal for me. I've never ever been a runner, like ever, but it's something I really want to do, just have that experience. But I have to start slow. I know that, just because of, you know, giving your body time to adjust, and also because as a child and, you know, growing up, I continually injured myself at my feet every time I tried a sport or exercise, and so now my feet have been injured so often that they're really prone to injury, and it gets really discouraging when I, you know, get injured so easily. So I'm trying to really ease into things, but like my pipe dream for this whole thing would be running the Marvel Superheroes 5K at Disneyland in November. I want to do that so bad. You have no idea. So I know this is a Hogwarts thing, and I'm totally fine representing Hufflepuff because we all know Hufflepuffs are basically like the party house, but I really love being motivated by fandoms, which I don't know if you guys ever feel that way. I might be coming across as a little bit crazy, but I think it's cool to run an Avengers 5K. I think it'd be a cool, motivating thing. I have this workout shirt. I'll probably show it to you guys sometime. On the front it says Super Soldier Fitness. On the back it says on your left, like from Captain America. So when you're passing them, I'm not fast enough to pass anyone, like not even small children. So I just think it's cool. I like having that as a motivator. I think having a fandom event as my ultimate goal is a good motivator also. But you know, whatever works for people, right? Alright, I'm gonna sign off for this week. Kristen Stiles, I am excited for all of your goals, and you seem like you've researched so much. I'm sure you know exactly what you're doing, and hopefully you can help us all along our way. I'm excited to hear from Kristen Falls, and MJ too, if he's gonna contribute. I don't know. But I'm just pumped to be doing this with you guys. I love you, and I'll talk to you again next week.